Back at McKechnie Field, the Yankees lead at 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the fifth. And as always, pleased to be joined by the manager of the Yankees, Joe Girardi. And your starter, you got him in, you got him out, and he looked good. CC Sabathia.
Yeah, we said 45 to 50 pitches. He went 44. He got a ton of ground balls, which is, what we love to see from him. And when he's going well, he's getting those double play balls, and guys play good defense behind him. So it's good to see.
Good little run of a scoreless inning streak for him, too. His last two outings didn't allow a run, and he carried that into today. Coney talked about, Joe, some of the adjustments that he's made. And while he sort of fought to make those changes last season, you can really see that this offseason he seems to have benefited from the time.
Yeah, it seemed like last year he started to make them at the end of the year, and unfortunately he got hurt. But we saw it at the end of last year, which was good to see. And I think he understands what he is and what he has to do.
Yeah, Skip, what I saw from Sabathia, I thought it was pretty impressive today. A lot of ground balls, a lot of different speeds.
Yes.
You get fooled, you see something 86, 87, or 84. And I saw cutters that were pretty good, and I think people get fooled and think that, oh, that's his fastball. But I'm seeing a guy who's bought into that this is the time and point in his career where he needs to evolve and make adjustments.
Right, and Coney, you gotta pitch sometimes a little bit more than maybe when you're a little bit younger, and that's exactly what he's doing. But I mean, even when he was throwing hard, he was still a guy that threw fastballs and changeups and mixed his stuff well.
Well, that's a base hit to right field for Russell Martin. It ends up being a double as it goes into the corner off Dellin Betances.
Looks like he came up limping a little bit.
Yep.
Maybe it could have been the shin guard just got in the way.
Well, Clint Hurdle hopes that's what it is, given the fact that this is getaway day for the Pirates. Hey, one other thing, it was Sabathia working with McCann again today. In our open, we talked about McCann. He's been everywhere this offseason, and I mean that in a good way, wanting to be involved, and that's exactly what he is. And he gets one final look and work with CC today.
Yeah, I mean, we thought it was really important that he got a lot of our starters during the course of spring training, and we had a bullpen day the other day, which we thought was important for him too. So, he's got to learn as quickly as he can, and he'll learn quickly in the season, but I think he's developed a good relationship with all our starting pitchers, our bullpen guys, and he's worked really hard.
Well, this is Jose Tabata with Martin on second and nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. And Betances on the hill. And you've got a couple decisions to make in the bullpen. Is Betances still part of that conversation?
Yes, he is. When we think about what we have to do, a couple decisions in the bullpen, a couple decisions in, the extra infielders are what we're going to have to make, and then make those tomorrow, and then we go from there.
Goes off speed right there, and he flicks that one foul and over the seats. He showed me something the other day in that game against Toronto when he faced Bautista, 4 straight breaking balls. What did that say to you?
Well, he's got a very good curveball, and it's a swing and miss pitch for him. He has the ability to strike people out, and that's important in the bullpen. You need those type of guys, and he's not afraid to throw his curveball at any time.
Ground ball right side. Teixeira will field. The runner will advance, but one away there on the 3 unassisted.
Joe, it's interesting to me, the Yankee organization much maligned for lack of depth in the minor leagues, but here we are sitting at this point at the end of spring training. You've got 2 extra starters in Phelps and Warren, and you've got a kid, Almonte, having another great day. He's a big league outfielder.
Yes.
Kind of some tough decisions, but you've got some extra depth, more than I think the Yankees have been given credit for.
Yeah, I think what you've seen is, we've had some injuries in our minor leagues the last couple of years, and these guys are healthy and they're playing the way they're capable of, and there's more depth than people are giving us credit for. You look at our catching, it's deep. You look at our outfielders, it's deep. These kids have that come up, whether it's been the Solartes and the Annas, have played very good in the infield, and Texie broke his glove again. I think this is the second time in a week, so he must be getting some hard grounders. But there is more depth, and we're starting to see some of these young pitchers develop. We sent a couple down. We sent down Barawa today and Fred Lewis, who threw the ball extremely well, who have been in our organization. LaRue threw the ball well in spring training, who we acquired this winter. So there is more depth than what we're getting credit for.
Swinging a miss there by Josh Harrison.
Joe, it's sort of when you have a couple of extra starters, maybe even you had the extra guys that were battling. I mentioned Phelps and Warren and Nuno. Is there the thought that you maybe need to keep one of those guys in AAA to keep them ready and stretched out, even though they probably all deserve a big league spot?
That has been in the conversation, and there's also the conversation you got to go with your best guys, because you can worry about having to cross bridges before you get there, and sometimes it doesn't make a lot of sense. So we're going to do what's best for the short term and the long term. We're going to try to do that, and we'll make that decision. Because sometimes you may not need an extra starter until July. So we'll make that decision tomorrow. It's a tough one, I can tell you that. I've been doing a lot of extra thinking the last few days, but tomorrow we'll make a decision and we'll stick with it. And doesn't mean it's final for the rest of the year, but we'll go with it.
One guy you were hoping might have panned out a little better this spring was Preston Claiborne.
Yes.
You sent him down to AAA. What did you talk to him about there in terms of just getting ready?
Well, we just told him that his stuff was not where it was last year, but we know he's much better than what he has shown us in spring training. That stuff will come. It might come a little bit, it might take a little bit of time, but he'll get it going, and we figure he'll help us this year.
3 outs in the inning came too fast. Joe, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys.